Okay.
That is way too far ahead. Okay, we're going to come out of hyperspace
Wow.
at Gamor.
Wow.
You want me to count down again?
No, we're already playing.
Okay.
Wow.
So you exit hyperspace, and the planet of Gamor is before you. The engines start to hum steadily as you come out, and there's thick clouds over the planet. I'm assuming you're going to adjust your controls for the only starport on the planet.
No, I'm gonna
Right.
actually try to land in that swamp if I can. Fly over the capital ship and try to land on it.
No, we don't have anybody with enough powerful force to lift a ship of that size out of a swamp. This isn't Dagobah.
So we want to walk to the starship with all our supplies.
Good point.
Yeah, we're gonna land near it, and I'm pretty sure I could get it out if I need to. We're probably gonna have so many leeches.
Okay. So
Oh, can I get an
you're
out
gonna
of
need to.
character overview on Aiden's operation since we had a couple days with him?
Ask your question? What would you like to know?
Like how big is it? How long they've been doing it?
They've been at it for a little over a year, and the operation has steadily grown into what it is now.
What's the goals of the operation?
That is not something Aiden discusses with everyone.
What do they think the goals is?
To be a thorn in the Empire's side.
Good enough. Are we the only cell?
So we have no idea what you're talking about.
Are there other people like us, or we are our own?
There's us.
All right, good enough. That's pretty much all I want to
R-
know. So,
right now, out of character, um, there is no major rebel alliance.
uh,
That's it.
didn't we learn in character there was many cells popping up, or am I crazy?
Yeah, but they're not organized enough for it to matter.
They're pocket cells.
Okay, well I'll share that information.
Various
There's many
systems throughout the
cells.
galaxy.
I'll share that information with them. There's many cells popping up all over the galaxy.
But not enough to make a difference will be their response.
Not yet.
Well, if we can unite them all.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Kind of a dream, though, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's.
You know you're going to need a hell of a pilot check here, right? I
To
was going
land
to
in the
waive
swamp.
the pilot check at the spaceport. I can't waive a pilot check in a swamp.
Can I take a 10?
You can take a 10. You're going to need a hell of a pilot check.
Well, with my pilot skill, it's a 28 if I take a 10. Is that enough?
You decide if you're going to. I have to tell you it, don't I?
I need to know the DC, yeah.
You're going to need a 30 to land it in the swamp. To
Can I
get it
take a
back out
10
again.
and use a force point?
You can take a 10 and use a force point. Yes, I'll allow it because you only have so many this session. If I'm not mistaken, that puts you at 3 or 2.
1 left.
1 left. Oh, definitely. Take it. I'll let you land in the swamp. Sure. I like this.
You know what? No, I'm going
Take it.
to. I'm not going to take the 10. I'm going to roll for it, see if I get it, and see if I need the force point. I'm going to be greedy.
You cannot take the 10 if you roll for it. So you
I'll
can't
roll
take it,
for it.
roll badly, and then take the 10.
That's true. I'll roll for it.
Okay. Please a 1. Please a 1. Let me just
18.
crash you into the swamp.
25. I need a 30, right?
Yes, you can force point it and attempt to get a 5 or better.
Well, what do I have any inclination of what kind of damage if I miss this?
No, you're going to crash into a swamp.
Okay, I'm gonna use a force point. This brings me down to 1, 2d6. Okay, I
You
got it.
got it.
Ugh.
So you come down. You land into the swamp. It squishes even, and for a moment, you feel like you landed pretty steadily, and the ship continues to sink, and continues to sink, and continues to sink.
I'll
And now your engines are partially submerged.
I'll
But
fly up again.
good news, you've landed in the swamp. So
I'm
you're
gonna
going
do a
to,
diagnostic. Can I take off again if I need to? Is it stop sinking?
if you take off right now, yes.
It's still sinking.
No, you've stopped. Your engines are partially submerged, but they are still active for the moment.
Is there any kind of check to see if this we can make it 2 weeks with this ship here?
There's no
We're gonna have
kind of
to go
check
out
for
and check
this.
Okay,
we're gonna have to go out and check the
we're gonna.
landing
I'm gonna
structure.
say everybody out. Take all the supplies with you. Go to the capital ship, and I'm gonna meet you back there. I'm gonna fly back to the
The
spaceport.
only way to do this is you are going to have to hover the ship there. So you're going to need a pilot check to pull this off.
Well, we just exit down the swamp and then take all the supplies off?
Yes, you can hover the ship and slowly extend the ramp and pull the supplies off. Yes. You're
Yeah,
going to
we
need
need
a
to make
pilot
this
check.
as long as possible.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
You're going to have to
What's the
stay in the
DC?
captain's seat. It's going to be a 30. You're going to need to stay in the captain's seat. You're going to have to pilot the ship while everyone offloads it. You are hovering. It's the equivalent of a helicopter. You're hovering.
Okay, I don't want to use my last force point, so I'm gonna try to roll for it.
I'm gonna dump what we can, carry what we have to.
Natural 20.
Oh, this is a piece of cake
Yeah,
for you. When
there
you have
it
the
is.
controls in your hand, being the captain of a ship, this is pretty easy. You can do this all day, just hovering it right here.
That's what I do.
Excellent. Excellent.
So you are just inches off of the water, and the water is rippling underneath you.
We
You extend the ramp. Now you can give your orders.
All right, everybody off, and Rowan, you're in charge while I'm gone. I'll be back. I'm gonna park the ship when everybody's off, and come back to on foot. Meet you guys here.
All right. I'll take care of what I can.
Okay. That's
So the
what we
ramp
do.
lowers with yes, and there's a foreboding landscape of the Gomorian swamp. There's twisted trees draped with vines, branches forming almost a canopy. And there's a patchwork of moss and stagnant pools of water.
We see the capital ship, right?
It's in the distance. This is the only open area. Most of it is a patchwork of a canopy. This
Well,
is
we're
where you
going
can
to
bring it
have to
down.
use.
You can see it in the distance.
Okay.
You're not
Well,
far from it.
everybody gets off with all the supplies they need, and I take the ship back to the spaceport.
Right. Let's make sure that we have all the lifts.
And Rowan's in
Cal
charge.
steps Cal steps forward, and his boots squelching in the mud as he adjusts the straps of his gear. He looks back a little bit nervous and says, this isn't exactly what I had imagined when you said swamp.
Well, swamp means achy, dense, full of life that might be against us if we're not careful. But you are salvage experts. As long as we have the hover lifts, that should take care of making sure that the supplies stay above the water damage. We need to pull these crates out from where they landed off the ramp and get them on the lifts as soon as possible, and get as many things there as possible per trip.
Jory picks up her toolbox, slings it over her shoulder, and says, what did you expect? A tropical beach?
Would have been nice, right? But at the no beach.
If we find any wildlife out here, well, then, Glitch, you're the translator droid for what you, or Tug, can warn the rest of us about.
How do you want me to warn
Nara,
you? Want me to start screaming? You want noise? What would you like?
Nara picks up one of the crates and carries it, pushes the cart. Terrain like this is treacherous. It can turn on you fast. Stay sharp and keep moving.
And most of everything else that we're doing right now is dependent on salvage.
All right, here's where we're going to take this. At this point, Lando is going to take off, take the ship to the starport. Lando, you are not going to be a part of this, so you're out for this.
And am
However,
I in comms range of them? I'm gonna test that while I'm at
Yes.
the starport.
Yes, you'll be able to hear this all over comms. You are on the private comms for the party.
With
Now
the
that you've
pocket
had some time,
scramblers.
now that you've had the time, they're on your private frequencies.
Okay, do they all have pocket scramblers too?
No. But you're
Okay.
on Gamor. You're on Gamor. It's not really necessary here.
Yeah,
Okay.
who's listening? Nobody.
The Gamorrean
I'm
matron
wondering
is
if I should
listening
just
for
stay
you.
with the ship and
Yeah, you know,
have
just
you guys
maybe,
do this operation.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
actually.
That's up to you. I'm gonna make you figure that out. But I'm going to, at this time, all parties in the swamp make a perception check.
Shit.
DC is 20.
I made it.
Well, I found a snake to eat.
Okay, Ortug is out. Junk is fine. What about you, Lamb?
That's what I'm looking. Let's
I'm
find
gonna
out.
make one big check for the party.
28.
Okay. So everyone but Ortug is okay. Ortug, at this time, if you want, we can do this. We can do this by roll 20, or we can do this by state of the mind. How would y'all like to proceed?
We can do theater of the mind.
Okay.
Keep
So
it simple.
here's what's going to happen. As you press forward into the swamp seems almost alive and almost like it's shifting. The rest of you are able to the words are hard. Tail lifts up a hand and says, "Hold up, that's not solid ground ahead." As he does, Ortug takes a step and falls into a hole. Ortug, you are now prone and in swamp water.
Alright, well,
You are also gurgling swamp water.
I'm gonna have to drink the swamp water until I drink it all.
Now,
That's what you're supposed
you
to
will
do in that
notice
situation, right?
that the water seems to darken in places, those of you who rolled above a 20. Do you move deeper into the swamp? How do you want to move now? Also, Ortug, are you going to like swim in that, or are you going to stand up? You can take a look. I'm going to give you a map as an idea. It's just for an idea.
Yeah, obviously I'll get out, you know.
So there's solid ground, and then there's swamp water. You're able to cross on the logs is the idea. We can do this by theater of the mind. It's a bit like Minesweeper. It's going to be perception checks. If you notice it, you don't fall in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're already in the water there, Ortug.
Yeah.
So at this point, you've fallen in. You're fine. You're climbing back out. You're starting from the left side of the map and you're going to the right.
Yeah, can do I still see the edge to follow them?
Yeah, you can swim to the edge and get back up on land.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
Ortug gets back up on land. You move deeper into the swamp, and there's almost an acidic smell that's filling the air. One of the people behind you, Lynn, pulls a cloth over their mouth and covers it. What is that? Calvo pulls out a handheld scanner and says, sulfur, probably from an underground vent. We need to get through here fast before it gets worse. Everybody make another perception check.
Yay!
We're gonna make it through here. Oh, not by me.
You're falling in. You're falling in. Who's next?
Splish splash, I'm taking a swamp bath.
Ah! They all wonder why you're swimming. Mr. Ortug. We still need a check from you.
What was the check?
Yeah, another check, another perception.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. For some reason, I thought you said persuasion. I was
No,
like, that
perception.
can't be right.
Ortug makes it.
What am I persuading?
Don't
Okay.
swamp me.
So Ortug, you watch Lamb and Junk both fall into the water, and now they're gurgling swamp water.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to haul them out. Can I do that? Do you
Okay.
want me to roll for that?
No, you can haul them out. You pull them out of the water. They're both drenched in swamp water. And there's a sudden
Save for
There's a
Sturdy.
sudden crack in the ground as you continue through the swamp. The branch Oris has been balancing on gave way. He tumbles into the swamp. Help me out here, he calls out. Does anybody help him out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
one's all down, yes.
Yeah.
Yup. You pick him up, pull him out of the swamp. As you get toward the edge of the swamp, you can see that the ship's almost in sight. You start to see something glistening with a sleek greenish sheen, and yellow eyes start to look at you. You start to hear sounds and growls.
Ortug, what is that?
It's one of our ready swamp friends.
Place on here. Okay. I'm also going to give you something. What you're going to see is something like this.
Oh, lovely.
That comes stomping out of the swamp there. You've barely regrouped when this creature emerges. And Kel slowly starts inching towards his blaster and says, are those things friendly?
Ain't nothing friendly, but them's good eating.
And on that, the lizards
I'm rushing
lunge at the party here.
Okay, well, we rush simultaneously. So it's like, kind of thematic. He leaps at me, and then I leap at him.
Roll.
Yeah. Clash in
roll.
midair.
Yeah.
And that's where we end the session?
Not quite yet. We're getting there. I'm rushing this already, but go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
They're not going to do too well on initiative, so.
12 now. I have a 19, which isn't horrible.
7. I got a lucky 13.
Well, if Ortug rolls low next, we'll be all right. We'll be right in initiative.
Come on, give me 20. 23 is alright.
Okay, so party, savage, savage party. We're gonna do Ortug. We're gonna do that. We're gonna, I should say lamb. We're gonna do junk. Junk. We're gonna do lizard.
Easier.
There's initiative. They're going to fire.
Easy.
Say,
The Savage Party. Not the Salvage Party, the Savage Party. I like these guys already.
whatever. 20 plus 4. They miss. They cannot shoot. Gonna make it easier. I'll make them roll that, and I'll just do 4 different damage. They all miss. It's now Ortug's turn. Ortug, what do you want to do?
Warthog, eat!
Oh,
Come
this
on,
is
baby.
closest to me.
Yeah.
Oh, they're lunging at you. I mean, they're really close to you. You can grab them if you want.
Wee! Good eating.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Let's do it. Yeah, we're doing an attack. Plus 13.
They have a
So,
boop, boop. That
I'm
hits.
guessing 30's a hit.
Yeah, 30's a hit.
Yeah.
30 is a hit. 18 damage. Okay.
It's just like when I was a young lad.
Okay, they are still up. Next up on the list is Lamb.
Well, I can't exactly do the obvious things because we have the salvage party here. But, doggone it. Okay,
What's up?
dang. The only thing I can do that doesn't immediately arouse suspicion is maybe Force Slam, so that's what I'm going to go with. Excluding all of the up to 3 targets within the... I don't know how many I'm going to hit, but here goes nothing. 26.
Okay. Oh, that definitely hits. That, so you don't get half damage, you get full damage.
Yes.
Roll your damage.
And that'll be... Doggone it. And hopefully this just looks like... There it is. It's on top. Of course it is. All right. 4d6 and knocked prone is what this is. So this should help. It at least knocks them
Okay.
prone. Whoever I hit, and however many I hit, are knocked prone and take 9.
Okay. Next up is the lizards. They're going to use their turn to get up.
Lizards.
It's now Junk's turn.
Alrighty. I guess if the are the lizards surrounding us?
They're in front of you, blocking your access to the ship. You have to go through the lizards to get to the ship.
Oh. Well, I have an Ortug and a lamb in front, so
Yeah.
I'll just shoot.
Okay, roll your attack.
Blaster pistol heavy.
Oh, you don't want to use the needler no more?
Nah. Oh. Crap, we probably could have used the needler. It has piercing damage on the energy slug.
Up to you.
No, I was talking about from before.
Oh,
Oh well. Yeah, because the needler does piercing damage. Oh well. Here's the blaster pistol.
you miss.
Great.
All right.
Top of the round. My party gets to go again. They miss. It's too distracting. It's Ortug's turn.
Fight in the swamp. Yeah.
Ortug's gonna be the only one doing things.
Well, I'm trying. Oh.
All right, Ortug, roll your damage.
Oh,
Come on.
no.
Okay, still. So 12 times 2 is 24.
Right. Not insignificant.
Ortug, how do you want to do this?
Or dog eat. Indeed. Good hit.
You muted. Testing. You muted.
You're muted if you're talking.
Sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. I switched to my phone, and I forgot I switched to my phone. So it's back to my computer, just like, wait, was this working? How was happening?
Why is it not working?
I've been making swamp anecdotes this whole time. All right, well, I'm just start just punching it again, and again, and again.
You're doing the go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Why do you make us do this to you? Why do you make do this to me? I was having a good day in the swamp.
Never a good day in the swamp. This is
Every day.
Gamor.
Every day's a good day in the swamp. This is my home, man. The hell? I like that
Alrighty.
boulder. That's a nice boulder.
You continue to punch it. The rest, there was 8 of them. There is only 3 left as they watch you punch the 4th one. And they turn around and kind of whimper and run off into the swamp.
Yeah, break morale. That's it.
Pathetic.
The fight is quick, but it's intense. And with the lizards now running away and driven off, they disappear into the murky water. You reach the side of the ship, and you're covered in mud, sweat, and your nerves are a bit frayed from the journey. But the massive outline of the ship, partially submerged into the swamp, is quite a beauty, as Kale lets out. The team begins setting up their equipment, and the swamp gets eerily quiet as they work on the ship. The hum of tools and occasional bursts of chatter breaking the sounds of the stillness. And Lamb, you're kind of still fixated on the ship. The force is stirring around you.
Hmm. There's only one thing to do, and that's to stand my ground and stay alert.
There's a current in the force around you.
I'm not going to say anything just yet. There's no
Well,
real
good,
need
because
to do
something's
that
going to say
until
something to you. Only you can hear it. There's a voice, and it says, "Why wait?"
I don't even know what that means.
The ship
Therefore,
could be
I'm
yours. Your tool to reshape the galaxy, to bring order where there is chaos. Power lies within your grasp. Use it. The ship will rise, and with it, your destiny.
This galaxy is dependent on more than. I have a job to do within the group that I'm aligned with. There's no reason for me to take personal. I'm here with my friends and with their friends to do what is right.
They are blind to what must be done. With the power I offer, you could restore the ship in moments. No delays. Think of what you could achieve, what you could become. And images start to flash in your mind. The ship rising from the swamp, engines roaring to life, the Empire falling before your might.
Might is an antiquated concept with the stars so far apart. Even the Empire will learn this.
All you have to do is reach your hand out and lift the ship.
No. Let them do what they do. Force will have its answers. Besides, this is a complicated matter. Using the Force would require lifting this into the sky. This would ruin the ship. We need to do things according to their expertise, not mine.
Some final images come into your head. Cities burning, lives being snuffed out. And in the reflection of the glass, in the bridge of this ship, is yourself with yellow eyes. The visions fade, and a gentle breeze passes against you. Around you, Lynn and Kel are debating over a broken piece of equipment, while Glitch is chattering, offering advice. Kel looks up and says, "Are you okay? You seem distracted." Lamb?
Well, I'm not really involved in that. But
He's
I'm going to want.
asking if you're okay.
Oh, if I'm okay.
Yes.
I just wipe my brow of the sweat of the heat of the swamp, mildly distracted, thinking about other things that do not involve us. I'm fine. Really.
Look at this, Glitch says. A marvel of engineering. Truly, you organics have surpassed yourself in crafting what I can only describe as a glorified tin can drowning in mud.
Well, I mean it is a tin can drowning in mud. That's what a swamp is.
Tails shoots him a glare and says, "You got a problem, droid?" To which Glitch responds with, "Oh, I have several."
Glitch, play nice.
Glitch turns to you and says, "Do you know what this ship represents?"
What do you think the ship represents?
A dream, a vision.
Yeah, I can see that. Uh, for these people, it's a dream of like some additional firepower they can bring to their cause.
Oh, it's more than that. It's a home. They're going to, the way this galaxy is, and the way that the dark side closes around things, everyone needs a place to rest, recuperate, plan.
Yeah,
It's far more than just a weapon.
He says this low, and only you're going to be able to hear it, John. But he says, it could be a place where droids like me can make all the decisions and leave you organics to, I don't know, garden? But no, your kind had to meddle, and look where it got you.
John's just gonna place a hand on Glitch. It'll be okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Error. Memory. File deleted for corruption. Override protocols in place. Rebooting. And he shuts down. His head tilted. His servos in his neck were roaring. And he reboots right there on the spot.
You okay, Junk? God damn it!
That's the third time.
Uh, you okay, Glitch?
Who are you? Who are you?
His photoreceptors activate. He pulls out a diagnostic tool from his compartment in his arm. He connects it to an exposed terminal and sparks fly. And then there's a hum of dormant systems flickering to life as lights come on. He turns to you and says, "I'm teaching this computer how to think."
You may want to disconnect him. After all, this is old technology better handled by the tactical droid that we've altered to our purposes, not to Glitch.
Yeah,
It's not compatible with this ship.
Kale comes back and says the engines are intact, but they're buried under so much swamp muck, it'll take days to get cleaned out.
Now then, we've got work ahead of us, don't we?
Len turns and says most of the systems are fried, but if we can restore power, we might have a chance of getting it airborne.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over comms. I've reached the spaceport. What's the status report?
You'll have to sit down there for a little while until we assess the systems.
Yeah, I think I'm better spent staying at the safe spaceport in case we need a ride. I don't want to trek through the swamp by myself.
That's probably a good idea. Besides, you may want to continue the ship to make sure that there haven't been any alterations inside, now that we have time to do that.
Yeah, I have plenty of downtime. I'm gonna look for more of those space leeches too.
True. If we just came from Gamor carrying one of them, they may be trying to. There may be others in the area trying to affix themselves to the ship.
Plus that landing in the swamp I did, they might have already attached.
Good call. Good thinking.
So you're going to stay at your ship.
Until I'm needed, yeah, we're on comms. They can call
Okay.
me if I'm needed.
Well, here's what I'm going to give y'all right now. The massive hull of the ship is before you, partially sunken into the swamp. Vines are twisted around the steel, and murky water laps at its lower levels. There's a hum of old system sparks to life occasionally. And then there's the distant screeches of swamp predators and echoes throughout the night. The engineers turn to you and say, all right, where do we start?
Well, we need to. This is a heavy ship, so anywhere that we landed, it's probably sink back into the swamp. So what we need to do is to make sure that the ship can get airborne and make a jump, because once it leaves this ground, it probably can't return here without sinking back in and causing more damage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, some of the corridors are partially flooded.
Well,
We're
that
gonna have
just
to.
adds water weight. We can eject that water. We can eject that water in space. This is a big enough ship that if we can seal that water inside the bulkheads, we can eject it safely once we have the ship somewhere else.
True.
All right. Then we're going to need to restore power.
Yeah,
And that's where the water problem comes in. We need to isolate the power conduits that are away from the waterlogged section.
Well, the ship's reactor is submerged in swamp water.
Well, then that's the number one thing that we need to attend to. Otherwise, we'll never get this thing off the ground.
Well, we're going to need to drain the water and clear the debris.
So we need to make us a pump to get
Right.
the water out of there.
Correct.
I could start working on that.
All right.
As Junk starts to go around to see what if she can gather up materials to make up a pump to drain the power room, the generator.
All right. This is going to be a rolling check. We're going to start at 15 and work our way up.
All right.
So, the good news for y'all is I have this as just a bunch of checks. We'll get through this pretty quickly. I think we're actually going to get where I want to end this today.
All right. Didn't plan on this, but let's go.
All right. So perception check for scavenging.
No, mechanics check. You have the tools. You brought them everything with you. You just have to create it and continue to use it. It's going to get clogged. It's going to have things. You're going to have to jury rig it a bit.
28.
All right. So the first one, you start to pump it out. You need 3 successes. Every failure, though, has its own consequence. Your next one is 20.
Ooh.
You succeed
36.
once again. You need at least a 25 here.
28.
And you get it. All right.
Nice. Time to shine, Junk.
After draining the reactor, you must now replace key components.
Alrighty.
I'm not mechanically inclined, but I things in while you if that matters.
Yeah.
You need 3 successes yet again.
Yeah.
We start at DC 20.
Yeah, and there is a specialist on the crew for this, right?
Yes, there is. You can actually utilize them.
Yeah.
True.
You also have a droid who is pretty capable in both piloting, can use computer and mechanics.
Let's keep the droid down to the mechanical, shall we?
All right. So me and Glitch start to work on the engine or the power generators.
You also have tools.
Yeah. So with Glitch helping, that will be an additional +2.
Mm-hmm.
And since this is purely mechanical, no threat to the ship or to Glitch.
Yep. Alrighty, first roll.
Success.
Yes.
A 40.
Yes.
25 to continue.
What's the next part?
30.
You need a 30 now.
Just don't roll one.
Yep. How about
Nat
that
20.
fucking 20?
What? What? What?
Alrighty. Let's see here. With
Oh, there
that,
it is. It
with
didn't come
that,
up.
power is restored to the system. Sections
Ah,
of the ship start to spark, but computers displays start to flicker. Kel comes back and says the engines are clogged with swamp mud, vegetation, and debris.
Right. So we will need to clean them out somehow.
Yes. You can roll a survival to remove the debris.
Yeah.
Mechanics could also be one, or you can maybe create a tool.
yes. Mechanics. Yes. Mechanics is obvious.
Mechanics will be higher. That is the only catch.
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Me and Glitch can do things mechanically.
Well, the other thing that we're thinking about is, depending on the amount of time that we have left, and using the Saga system, you can actually take 20 on some of these rolls, and we can still have enough time to get this thing.
Yeah, true. Now the question is this a singular check?
Let me read here. Yes, this one's a singular check.
Okay.
Maybe take 10, depending on the DC.
DC on this is 25.
And that's with the mechanics.
Yes.
All right.
DC with survival is 13.
Oh. Well, I get either way. I just have to not roll a 1. A 30.
Okay, you clear it.
All right.
Behind him, Lynn says, this thing's so old it should be in a museum, not the stars. Are we really going to get this thing flying again?
Oh, it should be able to withstand getting up. Although I would probably get it to a place to where we can properly look it over. One, make sure that there's no leeches staying latched onto it.
Well,
And really go over it and vacuum to see which bulkheads need replacing.
Glitch speaks up and says, with me, you'll be polishing her in no time. Without me, I hope you brought shovels for your graves.
The second part of that was a little harsh, Glitch, but yeah, you're right. With you around it is much easier.
He taps the screen and says, multiple hull breaches detected.
Oh, okay.
Junk, I've been thinking.
Yes.
If we have energy leeches in this swamp, and we've learned from the landing pad on that they punch through the metal to tap into the circuit. If there is any significant circuits, we should be able to track it to the locations of the energy and go underneath and eliminate them.
True. Yeah. Okay. We could probably do something like that for finding the leeches. As for the which bulkheads are damaged, if we're planning to, I guess the question is, I'm sure we'll have to definitely repair some of the bulkheads right now, but if we're gonna push the water into certain areas and lock down the rest of the ship so we can vent out all the water
Yes.
in vacuum. Are we gonna want to reopen those areas right away?
Well, the only thing that water is going to affect is water weight.
Mm-hmm.
Those areas that are already damaged, we won't know a thing about them until we get this ship. Once we do, that water will naturally. We can fly it in atmosphere long enough for any stresses to take care of themselves.
Right.
Once we have those areas barricaded off, concern there is vacuum and maybe some water ice left over, but that shouldn't affect the operation of the ship unless those areas are key areas that are affected.
All right. Well, let's bring this to the crew so we can figure out a plan from there for how we want to take care of all this.
This is very true because they have more expertise than we do,
Yeah.
especially on the salvage of the ship. We should ask them instead of making decisions ourselves.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with the engines and the power generation, but the entire ship itself is a little beyond me.
Structural integrity, yes.
Yeah. So I guess we go find the crew for Glitch's findings with the bulkhead damages or bulkhead breaches or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Simple
just
fix. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And Joke will just kind of outline like the time saving, like if we're gonna have some areas to be vented out to vacuum for clearing out all the water, if we want to repair them now or later.
To which one of them will speak up and say, "You're gonna want to close the hull breaches before you lift off into a vacuum, as they could rip the ship."
That sounds crazy.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We have you have enough scrap metal around here. All you got to do is patch the holes. A simple welding job could do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
doing that while in water, I don't know anything about that. This is where you come in.
All right. Well, I do
The
have
hardest part is going to be to find the breaches, as we don't know where they are.
well Glitch here has brought up a report of breaches. Glitch, if you would show.
I'm gonna find out what Glitch knows here.
And we
Well,
can definitely get started based on what the droid has found.
There's just some damage to the ship. He doesn't know where.
Oh.
It's just reporting various hull breaches throughout the ship.
Okay.
He points to the computer that says hull breach detected.
Oh.
That's
Right.
helpful.
You know what? Let's see if we can't talk to the computer and get a detailed report out of it.
He tried to talk to the computer. It's up to you. You're going to have to talk to the computer now. Someone else is going to have to talk to the computer. You have two options to figure this out. Your options are use computer or gather information.
Junk
Don't you
is
mean
not
perception?
a charisma.
Gather information is like talking to people.
Yes, but there's
Maybe use
a
computer
reason
here.
why I chose that one.
Okay.
We need to use computer here.
Yeah, Junk will try to talk with the computer because that's a plus 13, and gather information is a 4.
Right. That choice is easy.
Alrighty. How about a 30?
You have 4 hull breaches. that are necessity to getting the ship airborne.
Yes, structural integrity in vacuum is absolutely important. I agree.
Right. All right. So it looks like we have one there, 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 and there.
Are there any hull breaches of particular entrance next to critical components? Those are in danger of being flooded by water damages.
Yeah.
Those
You
are the
have
ones we
one
need
to
to
engine, one to the power core, two to the bridge.
Yeah, we need to stabilize the power core first.
Yeah. All right.
This is pretty easy. It's a mechanics check with tools.
Alrighty. So I guess I'm doing 4 mechanics checks.
Yes. They are rolling checks.
All right.
As you also have to mess with the hull here. So
Yep. And assistance from Glitch for these welding jobs.
15, 20, 25, and 30.
Oh yeah.
There's 34
yeah.
for the first one.
This is why we have characters of the story, because we got skills. We need them.
A
There's your
30 for
second.
the second. Oh,
You need a 25 now.
rolled a 30. Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. The
You have 4
25 is
breaches.
for.
Yes, the next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
You have the power core. You have the engine done. Now you're working on the bridge.
Another
got that
30.
one? You need at least another 30 here.
Yes.
And you got it.
Yes.
You've repaired the hull
This is what
breaches.
There
skill
we go.
looks like. This is what skill looks like.
Yeah, Junk and Glitch just out there with welding torches, the scrap metal.
Yeah,
this-
montage.
At this
Gonna
point in
need a
time, the crew comes back
montage.
to you and report that they believe that the ship might be operational. There's
Might
only
be.
one thing left to do.
Which is?
Test flight.
Uh,
All
Then we need
right.
to get this thing off the ground. All
Now-
right.
Now, for our test flight, even though the imperial base on the planet it is not much, we probably still want to not fly near that.
That's true.
That would be a good assumption.
Yeah. So
Probably do not want to fly a capital ship above an imperial base. You are correct.
yeah. So
And we
Yeah,
can't set the
and-
ship down once we start the process because it's too heavy. That's part of what caused this problem in the first place. So what we need to do is to find ways to vent this water before we go into vacuum.
now
That's going to
it
take a long time. But if we've got the power and the fuel, then that means we can dump all the water and then begin serious repairs on the water damaged areas once we have this ship to a place of safety.
that gives me an additional question. First question: life support is operational, right?
That's a different problem. At least we have the breaches to the bridge fixed, and since we have the power conduits repaired, we can ask the ship's computer the question.
I mean, separate ships were operated by droids, but they had the gun rays or whatever, so they probably had life support.
And now my brain forgot the additional question that popped in. Damn it. Oh yeah. So we need to make sure that life support is operational and that we have enough fuel.
Well, that's easy enough to check.
So I guess back to the computers.
Agreed. Let's see what other problems we have.
All right. Do I need to do another computer check?
Think we lost the DM.
Oh no, the DM might be on the phone. Oh no.
I shall return.
No.
I'll RP a bit. I'll go on comms. What's the status report of the ship?
We have the major hull breaches contained. There's still a lot of water trapped in some of the spaces and some of the voids on board. We'll need to find a way to vent that. We're not sure how much fuel is aboard. The ship's been sitting here for a long time, but we can't take a risk in setting it back down. So whatever flight this, it's going to go to, we're going into orbit whether we want to or not, waterlogged or otherwise.
All right, with that Imperial base, when we take off, we have to get out of planet. I think go to dead space if it has enough life support.
Then we need to find some coordinates. You have better positioning from you to find those coordinates. After all, you're a smuggler. You know places where we might be able to go.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I knew places to go, but after the Mandos, I have no idea. My typical strategy for a dead space drop is an algorithm I put into the nav computer, and that usually leads us to a safe dead space. You want me to forward that algorithm to you? I mean, but with the Mandos, I have no idea how they track me.
True, but by the same token, if we go to the same space they used before, do you think that they can't be waiting for the Starfang? That was just a one-time strike.
I know. I don't know if they just happened upon my ship or if they have my algorithm code were hunting me or something. I don't know. But usually, like I said, when I want to go to dead space, the nearest dead space, I put an algorithm in the ship, and that uses a nav computer to find the safest dead space location 1 parsec away. That's usually how I do it.
Well, that sounds reasonable enough to me. If we have, and I think that's a risk we can take. I think that's a risk that we can be safe to take.
All right, put Junk on the line.
Junk's done some phenomenal work. Junk can explain the rest.
All right, Junk, get a data pad and enter in this algorithm. You're going to enter it into the nav computer when you're ready to make the dead jump.
Alrighty.
X, Y, Tango, plus 8, 7, 27, 58, slash AB, DY.
Uh-huh.
You got all that?
Yes.
That's a Y, not an X.
Yep. All right. There we go.
Okay.
That should be correct then.
Okay, just let me know. I've been hanging out these past couple days. I've been making sure we had no space leeches. We got lucky on that department. I ate at that restaurant a couple times, and looking. There's not really much I can do here. I stocked up on med kits though. They had a couple at the spaceport.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, can't really fix my ship up here. Don't really trust them more, but
Right.
all right. Well, just give me a ping when y'all are leaving, and I'll leave with you guys. Ping me the coordinates when you leave, because the algorithm usually spits out different coordinates. It's a random location. So ping me the coordinates it gives you.
Right, I can do that.
Okay. That's
And we
that's
need to
the
make
power
sure-
of it. It's a random coordinate generator that's also safe.
Well, there's no such thing as safe in deep space, but we'll take your word for it.
Well, nav computers automatically filter out for star systems, stuff like that, or for not to eject out into a star. That's part of navigation, and it uses that information on the nav computer. That's what the DYZ is for.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did
You
receive a
say
phone
so.
call. It was business, so I had to answer it.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yes, we were at the test flight.
Yeah, we wanted to double check to make sure that that one life support is operational,
That's a used
and
computer check.
yep, and two to see that we have enough fuel.
Okay. Well, what do you want to start?
Let's start with life support.
Give me a used computer check. Your DC is 30.
All right. You want to help me out, Glitch?
You can receive help from Glitch.
There we go. Oh, it's 13. There we go. 23.
Yeah, well, the life support's operational for the moment.
Looks like it should be all right for now.
Hmm.
I don't see anything terribly wrong on the report.
You want to check fuel next? That one's pretty easy.
Take a
All right.
10.
You taking a 10?
Yeah, this is why we need to know the DC.
The DC's 20 on this. Pretty easy. It's pretty easy to figure out a fuel level.
20 is not an easy DC, by the way.
Sure it is.
For us, it is, but it's not for normal people.
Well, this isn't a normal job either. Not everybody goes pulls a freaking frigate out of a swamp.
Yeah,
My mind.
I'll take 10.
Okay.
I used to be able to get my mind.
Plus 13 is so 25.
Oh yeah, 25 because the help from Glitch.
Mm-hmm. You have a quarter of a tank. We'll just make it that easy.
All right, life support says it's good. The fuel levels are at a quarter, so that should be enough to get us airborne, and then jump
with the rest of the fuel we need.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pilot this thing?
Yondo.
Yes.
That's a question Yondo needs to answer. Yondo, who would you trust to pilot the Starfang besides yourself? Who's the next best pilot based on what you know of us?
I would put you in charge of that.
Well, my pilot skill isn't
What about
fantastic.
the Aiden's crew? Anybody can pilot?
Yeah.
Well, put simply, dealing with the vagaries of this craft is something that you really should be doing. All that we need to do with the Starfang is to get it into orbit, which doesn't involve any obstacles, and then hit a button to jump into hyperspace. That should be easy for anyone to do.
That's why I need a pilot join.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. Maybe if you can get the cruiser or the capital ship in the air, maybe I can dock with it and then pilot it from there. But I'm not autopiloting the Starfang while I'm not on board and trek through the swamp with that mount me on it. That's not happening.
Junk, what is your modifier for pilot?
If you can fly overhead.
Junk has a +7.
Yeah, I've got a +7 as well.
So, or Tug, what is your modifier for pilot?
All of a sudden, we didn't know you could do that.
It looks. I don't think I've ever tried that.
If nothing else, then you could fly the Starfang overhead, and I'll switch places with you.
Glitch has a +8 to pilot.
What about Aiden's crew?
No.
None of them are pilots.
Can I climb
well,
it? I can climb
You
it
got a
too.
team of engineers. That's what you requested.
right. No, wait, hold on a second.
This plan is
It,
actually easy. This plan is actually easy because Junk, out of anyone, has the computer skills to make the appropriate jump, especially the familiarity that you've just gained with the protocols for the Starfang. So you can switch places with Yondo and have Captain Awesome deal with this large capital ship, since that's where the most sensitive piloting is actually needed.
well,
Okay.
while you're talking about that, Junk is checking to see if there's any large hangars on the ship.
On the ship you're on, or
Yeah,
on the
on the
Starfang?
capital ship
Oh yeah,
that
there's a
could
hangar
fit the
bay.
Starfang.
Yes, there is a hangar bay.
That could fit the Starfang.
Yes,
If that's the case, then
look,
this thing can launch starfighters.
well, the Starfang is not a starfighter. It's larger than that.
Yes,
Uh,
this thing used to launch vulture droids.
what about landing the ship in the hangar right now before we take off? Is that possible?
You're still submerged in the swamp.
no, it would have to be once we're airborne.
It will have to be airborne. You are in the swamp still. You are lifting out of the swamp when you do this.
Yeah, so
What's
I
the
think
DC?
between
Okay, let me ask this. What's the DC for the pilot check just to get it airborne?
To get the capital ship airborne,
Yes.
it's a 15 to get this one airborne.
Yeah, you guys can do it.
I made
Yeah.
it light.
yeah, but between me and Glitch, we can get it into the air.
Then I
And then
board, and
yeah,
then I take over the pilot from there. We got it. Yeah,
yeah,
let's do that.
and then we don't have to worry about needing two separate pilots.
And how many days has it been since I've been at the spaceport?
Oh, dude, almost a week.
Yeah, I kind of RP'd that. I made sure there was no more worms on the ship. I bought med packs if that's all right.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
yeah,
Just adjust
and
your
I kind of
credits.
hung out. Okay. All right. So we have a plan. You're going to take off. I'm gonna start flying Starfang towards. I'll take a 10 on it towards the swamp, and then I'm gonna board the hangar bay when it's in there. So you're at the
Great.
helm, Junk.
All right.
It's probably the smartest, if we're going to make all of these changes, to make the docking once we're in orbit. That way the atmosphere isn't a factor.
The ship has an AI. Would you like me to engage it?
No, the area might be damaged from sitting here too long. We're going to have to fly.
Yeah. But plus, it would probably be operating under separatist protocols. It would probably view us as enemies.
Well, not only that, but the AI is definitely not programmed to launch from half buried in a swamp.
Yeah. Yeah, but we would need to work on the AI, make it at the very least view us as allies and all that. That's going to be a task all in itself.
Which we'll have plenty of time for to get
Yeah.
more people aboard the ship. I'm
So
not
you
saying
do
that
not wish to engage the AI, correct?
No, we
Correct.
shouldn't.
Glitch nods. Okay then.
Yeah.
Your DC has increased. Sorry. It's written. I have it written.
Okay.
So your DC is 20 now.
Yeah.
The
Well,
AI was going to help you if you passed its checks.
Oh, we
Take a
don't know any
10
better.
to use a force point. Take a 10 to use a force point.
Nope. I have it written right here. If the party refuses, they lose the AI for this.
No, we can re-engage that later.
yeah.
That's why I said, "Are you sure?" You said yes.
We can
Okay.
re-engage that later. Stick to the plan, Jones.
Yeah. All right. So Junk in the pilot seat. Glitching co-pilot for the assist.
Okay. Time to engage systems.
All right.
We're on your cue, Captain Junk. This is either going to fly or it is going to crash into the swamp.
This is one where we're a good roll. This is it.
I sure hope you saved the force point.
I have 4. All right. Yeah.
1!
No!
All right, this is where the DM's going to intervene, as you have an option, and only you, Lamb. The voice is back. As alarms start blaring, the ship starts to lift off, and then it starts to veer to the right. You could fix this. You could fix this right now. Everything kind of slows around you. But there is alarms just right. Everybody's starting to slide around the bridge.
It's too big. It's too big to even try this.
You haven't tried.
Even with the assistance of external powers,
You could fix this.
and the cost is too great. The cost is too great. We're going to have to suffer whatever the Force has planned for us. Everyone grab hold of something.
This is your last chance. Reach out with the Force now.
Do it.
Do it.
I cannot trust these internal voices. These are echoes of the forces of evil. I cannot trust them. Even for the sake of my friends, even for the success of this ship. Cost is simply too great.
You will not receive an offer like this again.
I will not accept an offer like this, ever, under any circumstances. The cost to the galaxy is greater than that of this ship.
Very well. Everything goes back to real time. And guess what, Jug? You are smacking a ship back into the swamp. You smack it straight down into the swamp. It is now buried in muck again.
This is the Starfang. Did you take off?
Ow, my head.
What's wrong?
I think one of the engines didn't ignite or something.
You see smoke wafting from the swamp, Lando.
All right, do another damage report. Try to get in there again. I mean, we have to take what time we can.
Let's figure out what's been damaged.
Diagnostic.
You want me to perform a diagnostic check?
Yes, please.
He plugs in.
I hit my head on the console. I'm a little woozy. Damn.
Engines are slightly damaged. Power is fluctuating. Minor hull breaches on decks 7 and 2.
I'll go check the hull breaches and see how bad they are.
Yeah. Which one of you was the powerful? Go.
One of them turns and walks off immediately.
Thank you.
Junk.
Yeah.
Junk. Come with me. Get out of the seat. Get out of the seat. Lie down. Make sure that you're all right. Matter of fact.
Yeah. I'm going to go down to the engines.
No, you're not going anywhere. Sit down. Let me attend to you. Come on. Come with me.
Would you like me to perform repairs on the engines?
Uh, yes.
No,
Junk.
no.
But,
Stay right there at diagnostics. Make sure that other damages are not occurring in reaction.
Primary
Contact
user is
with
above your
stop
designated
the
Uh,
car.
station. Glitch turns and walks off immediately.
okay.
As long as there is not anybody in the at this point, I'm going to perform vital transfer on Junk, regardless of whether she's taken any damage or not, just to get her head straight again. Hold still. Hold still. Everything will be fine.
Oh no.
Everything will be all right.
Here's another one.
Trust in the life. Trust in the force.
No.
Everything will be fine. And I will spend a force point to avoid further loss of health.
Okay.
That will bring me down to 6.
I'm fine now. I'm fine. Thanks.
Unfortunately, Glitch walked off on his own. You're going to have to track him down before he does any to the ship.
Oh, he's
No.
already done things to the ship. You're late.
I'll head back to the cockpit and try to make some sense of things.
Yeah. I gave him a order. Go patch up the engines. I'll go down there, meet him there. We'll probably go over to power if it's all working in the engines and see if we need to do any work there, and then check on the hull breaches.
Right. If that's the case, I can go check on the hull breaches. You do what you need to do. I'll report from on location. The last thing that we need is a buckled bulkhead that's pouring water into the rest of the ship.
Right. All right. I'm going down to the engines. Junk gets up, rubs her head a little, heads off.
When you get to the engines, you see Glitch on a computer display. He pulls out of the port, turns to you and says, "Engines have been repaired and improved efficiency."
That's good. That's good. What improvements did you do?
Engines are now operating at 92%.
Okay. All right. So engines are good. All right. We should probably head over to Pat Howard, make sure that if she needs any help or not, and then we need to check on the bulkhead damages.
Meanwhile, I'm checking up on the damage on deck 2.
With your crew, you were able to take care of all repairs. It does cost you another day, though.
Yeah.
You are now behind schedule. You have surpassed the 2 weeks.
All right.
Well, all this means is that we're going to have this husk of a capital ship to make further improvements. Now, let's not worry about this. When we're fully rested, we can get this and the Fang loaded. We can find Aiden another time.
Do you want to try this again with you as the captain?
Yes, take a 10, use a force point. That should do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Junk Uncle do.
I could pilot the ship.
No. I say over
You're not
comms.
here.
I
You're
say over
not here.
comms. No glitch
You're not
pilot
here.
ship.
You didn't say that over comms. You're not here. You don't get to be in that conversation.
Yeah. All right. I'll assist you, Glitch.
Okay.
So, if Glitch takes a 10 with my assisting, then there's no need for any force pointing. Because an 8 plus 2 from an assist, taking 10, that's a 20.
Did we lose the DM again?
No, DM's still here, I think.
I'm still here. No, I'm
Yeah.
here. I rolled a 22.
Yay!
So what happens with glitch piloting is the ground starts to tremble as the engines erupt of fire, displacing swamp water in a tidal wave. And the ship starts to groan as it rises out of the muck. Vines start to snap and water cascading from its hull. The ship starts to hover almost unsteadily and sways back and forth as the systems flicker to life. Start to display a jumble of interface and garbled warnings. Then all of a sudden, the ship surges skyward and lurches.
Oh, oh. Yep, definitely grab onto something. This is going to be a bumpy ride.
All right. Let's open up the hangar for Captain Yondo to board.
Agreed.
With that, the ship is airborne in the sky above Gamor.
Can
Now,
I pilot check?
you can board. Glitch taps on the computer and opens the hangar bay. You are going to have to make a pilot check to land in the hangar bay, though.
Of course.
What's
the DC?
DC is 20.
I'll take a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll it out.
Yeah.
Still, give it to me what you got.
28.
Just like I did. 28.
Yeah.
Put it in the table though, so I can see it. Just like I did.
Just
do roll 10 plus whatever your modifiers are. There you go. That way it's in the table.
Yep.
With that, you see the ship start to lurch, and as you come upon it, the hangar bay opens, and inside you see defunct vulture droids in the corners, kind of smashed together at this point.
Oops.
Well, we didn't think to secure them, and we probably don't need them, probably don't want them.
Okay. Is there room for me to land? I land?
Yes, there is. Actually, because Junk smashed it into the swamp, there is room for you to land.
Plenty of room
I'll
now.
say close the hangar bay door.
The
And
hangar's closed.
I will walk over to the captain's seat and say, like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm taking over pilot of the ship.
All right, let's transfer control back to the pilot, to the captain's seat.
Glitch stands up, moves out of the captain's seat, and gives it to Lando.
Glitch, this was you? You got it off of the ground?
Correct.
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you
the
so
one that
much.
fucked the first launch.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
What do you want to do, Lando? The ship is yours right now.
We are going to make a dead space jump. I kind of explained how I do it in the when you were gone. Pretty much, I have an algorithm that gets 1 parsec away in a random location that's safe.
You first and foremost, have to put this in atmosphere above the planet.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
As you sit down, you notice that the ship is heavier than normal. Nobody has vented the water from the ship.
Of course
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, we should open up all those things.
Okay, I will.
Why do that?
We'll figure out how to open up things to get the water out.
That is a use computer check right now.
I tried
I'm the best
spitting
at
on
it, so Junk will
Yeah,
assist me.
assisting.
Does
Yes.
the ship have a nav computer? Oh wait, no. What's the ship's intelligence?
Right now, we're going to work it off of yours
Okay.
Yeah,
because
we
I
don't.
didn't know who was going to be in what positions. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey
That's
guys, I
fair.
tried spitting on it, but that
you
didn't
will
work.
you will have a character sheet for this ship. I guarantee it by next episode.
35.
35.
Didn't expect to get this far.
This is where I wanted to get today. We are there. We are where I want to be.
Very good.
So yes, you have vented the ship. You are dumping water over Gamor, and you
It's
don't know
raining.
it. You don't know it right now, but you have splashed several Gamorreans, and they are now shaking their fist up at you.
Yeah, fuck them.
The poor fuck. The poor
You
stupid fuck.
can now do a pilot check to put it in atmosphere above the planet.
What's my DC?
Your DC is 20.
I'll take a 10 if it's my pilot skill.
It is your pilot skill as of right now. All that will change next session.
Yeah.
10 plus 18. 28.
You have successfully put it in orbit. You are above the planet now.
Okay, now I want to do a astrogation chart or jump to my dead space coordinates.
You do have a nav computer, but it is currently unpowered right now.
Uh,
We
turn
can
on the
take
nav
all the
computer.
time we need to make this jump. We're not being pursued. Aren't any likely enemies.
Yeah, I'll turn on the nav computer.
You would need to divert power from something. However, as you were in orbit, you hear a ping. Incoming long range signal.
Oh, answer the ping.
Imperial identification code. Patrol. Corvette. Malistar. Incoming hail.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dead space jump right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unidentified vessel.
We're
You
dead.
are
We're
in
jumping right
Imperial
now without a
airspace.
nav computer. So
Identify yourself immediately or
I
prepare
set the
to be
comm off.
boarded.
120
Static.
plus. This is a hot
Static.
jump. Plus
Yeah.
16 plus 2 because Junk's gonna help me. Minus
Of course.
10 for a hot jump. Without a nav computer, I think this is good. 26
Oh yeah.
on my coordinates.
Okay.
This is why we have skills. Yes. Yes. This bucket of swamp water belongs to us.
With that, the bridge is silent for a moment. There's static from the comm system. The engineers kind of glance back and forth, and one of them speaks up and says, "Well, what do we do now?" And that is where we'll end today's session.
Yeah. That's fair.